know.
We went for a hike.
Nice. Where'd you hike?
Golden Ears.
Nice. Good.
Golden Ears.
Good little hike you got there.
Golden Ears. Yeah, we walked for like an hour and a half. All right, we're good to go. Hi, Internet.
Hey, Internet.
Sorry if this is low energy because it's been the first hot day of the year and it just roasted my whole soul and now I'm tired.
Looks like it roasted your fucking baby ass skin too.
Yeah, except for right here where I need the tan. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Oh my god. This is a disaster. My kombucha is spilling everywhere.
Strong start to the
You're welcome, ASMR fans.
This is actually Dale's OnlyFans. We're all just guessing.
You want to watch me suck the top? Okay, I gotta grab a rag. Just entertain everybody for a sec.
What? It's too early in the okay.
Dude, I'm spilling kombucha everywhere.
Yeah, that's fine. You go do what you gotta do.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, Internet. I'll just
Very
do the
unprofessional.
intro. I'll just do the intro without you.
Okay, do the intro.
Okay. Hey,
okay, I'll be right back.
Internet, welcome to episode 211 of Outrage Factory, the podcast where we look at the things that made people mad online and explain why they're done for caring. I'm your co-host, Derek Bolin. The kombucha spilly guy over there is the other co-host, Dale DeRuiter, spilling kombucha like an idiot, looking pink as hell.
Hey, pink.
Dale.
Can't even think of a joke for that.
How you doing,
point. I want to start with a point of privilege.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to tell from my kombucha spilling and me not having a rag here like I usually do, but I live with a giant brain and sometimes I forget how right this makes me. So I have to stay humble when I'm always right. So you do in fact need to be vaccinated to work for Air Canada.
Okay.
Because I got headhunted for a job I'm not qualified for. They sent me an interview, or not an interview. They sent me a job posting, some headhunter, dude, this kombucha.
So weld airplanes and shit?
No, to be a grounds mechanic. And I needed 4 different mechanic certifications and I have none because I am not a mechanic.
Take the job.
No, I emailed back and I was like, I do not have a single one of these certifications.
Man, Air Canada must be getting real fucking desperate.
Oh, dude, they must be so desperate if they're just like, because what happened is if you go on Indeed, all the headhunters see that you were looking for work and they like can look at your resume that's attached to your profile. And they did that. And they're like, hey, we think you'd be good for the job.
Hey, you touched a machine once. You're an airplane mechanic now.
Yeah. Hey, are you good at making people wait?
Yeah.
Because Air Canada might have a spot for you. So yeah, all I prepared for today was me saying I was right.
So they did say that you had to be vaccinated even to be a mechanic? Fuck, no wonder they're having a hard time.
In the job posting. And look at this shit.
It's just a fucking geyser. What are you doing? Suck it down.
Oh my God. This is the most off the rails podcast ever.
It's not.
No.
Oh, Keenan's in the comments. This is time specific. So he's asking what he should order from DoorDash.
I think he should order.
What's in his hood? I'm partial to Donair, dude. That's always good. That's kind of my go-to DoorDash spot when I'm ordering from the office. Like a little platter or a Donair from there. What else is good?
I have no idea. I've never DoorDashed before.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, dude.
How do you order food to be delivered to your home?
I don't order food to be delivered to my home.
But what do you do when you want to eat, but you also don't feel like cooking or going anywhere?
I just go somewhere. I live like a block from the mall. So sometimes I'll walk over to the food court because I can't make up my mind. Like, as you could tell by me not being able to give Keenan a suggestion for his DoorDash. I don't even know what I want to eat. And then I go to the mall and I'm like, oh, okay, nice. And then I just get the Chinese food.
There's a whole world of options in front of me and I'm going to go with the shittiest one.
Whoa,
Actually,
Chinese food is not the
one.
shittiest one.
The shittiest one would probably be the what?
No.
There's an A&W there. That would be the
Yeah,
shittiest one.
there's an A&W there.
The Vietnamese spot is way better than the Chinese food, though.
No.
The Vina Vietnamese. You get the the vermicelli and the roll dip and a couple brochettes on there. You're good to go.
Nice.
You're good to go.
Derek, don't make this about us being outraged because you trolling me and saying Vietnamese is better than Chinese.
I'm just
food.
saying that like Vina Vietnamese is my go-to food court spot. And if there's one in a food court, I will gravitate there. And if there isn't, I will go for the lesser Chinese food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I just get Chinese food because that's the only time I ever have Chinese food in my life anymore is from a food court.
It's so it still boggles my mind. Kate and I like made a budget because we're adults, and we looked at what we were spending, and we were clocking about $300 a month on DoorDash.
What?
On DoorDash ordering food. Yeah, like it's stupid because like even like ordering the food and going and like picking it up ourselves would be significantly cheaper than just like paying some rando to deliver it. But we do that even though we have a car. Yeah. And even like eating out, and like cheapest of all would be buying groceries and just cooking meals in our fucking home like adults. But you know, sometimes you're not feeling it.
Well, plus you guys both work from home, so that would make no, never mind, because my argument was going to be why you would leave your house and you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
don't know. I was always like, I'm never going to order food because I live in an apartment and the buzzer doesn't work. So I'd have to go downstairs anyways. And if I'm going downstairs,
you're halfway there anyways.
You know, the mall's a block away, Red Robin's across the street. My bingo wings are right here. Greenleaf is across the street. Man, I'm never wearing a tank top on this podcast again.
Why? It's dope. Look at them guns. Look at them guns.
I thought I had guns. Like if I go like this, I'm like, oh, the top looks nice. And then you see the bottom and I'm like,
that's why you just do this.
Yeah, like
lower arms tight.
There you go.
Upper arms bulging.
Nice.
Like this. Look how strong I am. Yeah, sorry for people who listen to this podcast. Oh, you're drinking a non-alcoholic beer, I see.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
I was gonna bring one. Dude, they make non-alcoholic Corona now.
Yeah, it's so good. It has vitamin D in it.
Super fucking. There's a warning on it that's like, don't drink more than 2 of these because we put a lot of fucking vitamin D.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not supposed to have 2 in a day because otherwise you can overdose on vitamin D. Apparently.
Holy shit! I didn't even see that. I've drank 2 in a day. Yeah. I like those because oddly enough, those are the one non-alcoholic beer that tastes the most like a beer, they taste like Corona.
It tastes the most like Corona, which also tastes the least like beer out of all the beers. Yeah. Like you didn't drink Corona because you wanted beer flavor. You wanted something that was like, it's basically like beer, but with more water in it.
Yeah. You're like, I want flavored water or the adult version of apple juice. And I don't want to get drunk ever.
Yeah. Like, so it's like, a Pilsner's a little too strong. I'd like that, but cut with half water. And then
they're like, you have beer and then there's a low point for taste. Yeah. And then you have non-alcoholic beer and there's a high point for taste. And that's Corona. And they're the closest to each other.
You could even say it's the Corona of anyway. What are we talking about? I came prepared with one news item.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking hilarious.
Do you think they put vitamin D in the Sun beer as a callback to everybody stopping drinking it because of coronavirus? And they're like, vitamin D helps you fight Corona. Let's put it in the beer.
Don't associate us with that virus that made you all sickeningly depressed for 2 whole years. We're different.
Because I was like, it's kind of weird that they put vitamin D in it, and I didn't look into it. And now that you say that it's like almost a fatal amount of vitamin D, it makes it even weirder.
Yeah, they got to do a rebrand at some point, right? Like, just the name of the beer is gonna harken us back to coronavirus, probably until for a couple generations.
And
so.
everybody's gonna just be like trauma triggered from it, from all the shit and piss we went through.
Yeah.
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 Did you have something you want to talk about?
Oh, speaking of like sickening, this is just a funny, I came across this yesterday. Daily Harvest, which is like a vegan or vegetarian like meal prep service.
Yuck.
Like HelloFresh, but for fucking
vegan.
Yeah, for vegans. So wait, it gets better. Wait, I mean, the story.
Let me ask one question before you get into it. Does every single recipe have nutritional yeast in it?
Yeah, almost. Dude, I fucking love nutritional yeast. I love it. I went and got a big old bag, and that shit on popcorn is like next level. Like it tastes like cheese. It tastes like cheese, basically.
I want to live your skinny life.
I'm all about it.
Just eating yeast for the flavor of it. That's how skinny and awesome your life is. Like if I eat yeast, I'll get a male yeast infection because I'm already overweight and I just can't have any more yeast in my body.
Yeah, you're at peak yeast already.
Yeah,
nutritional yeast is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this company called Daily Harvest had a product called French lentil and leek crumbles.
Sounds delicious.
Either way, a bunch of people. Yeah. So people got this package in their monthly subscription box or whatever, and immediately the Daily Harvest subreddit was flooded. One person posted and they were like, "Hey, I ate these things and it basically like shut down my liver, and I had to go to the hospital and get my gallbladder removed." And like the doctor said they had never seen anything like this before. And like my liver function was like, it just like pulverized their liver. Like their liver stopped working. And
what?
One person posted this. No, wait. One person posted this, and all of a sudden the thread is fucking flooded with probably close to like 200 or 300 people saying, "Holy shit, me too. I went, my liver got shut down. Doctors said that they were like, their minds were blown. There were a bunch of like emergency gallbladder removals. There were people saying that their liver might like never regain function. Like this is how bad it fucked them up."
What the fuck?
So, but what Daily Harvest did, so Daily Harvest was notified of this, that this shit was going on. And meanwhile, they're posting all this. Oh, fuck, they deleted the posts.
Those pricks.
But they posted stuff to their Instagram, and it was like these pictures, fucking like if you go and look at your Instagram, you'll get an idea of the aesthetic, but it's like the top down product shot, like tastefully arranged. And they're doing these top down product shots and being like in the text of the post, they're being like, who's feeling the Mondays, and then like a couple lines, and then like, oh, click here for a link for an important announcement about our French leek and lentil crumb. But like they didn't announce it at all. They're announcing it through these like stupid fucking influencer Instagram posts, and so like tons of people keep eating the thing and getting sick.
Oh wow.
And then today I guess they went back and they deleted those posts and did like an actual post where it's like an important update, throw this shit away if you have it. So a note to our listeners who are vegan. I don't know if we have any of those, but if you have these French lentil leek crumbles, which sounds fucking awful. Like, I don't know why you'd eat this to begin with.
Yeah, my liver gives out just hearing French lentil. It was like, even if it didn't poison your liver, that sounds like your insides are going to shoot out your butt anyway.
Yeah. Like maybe that was what happened. They ate it and then they actually shit their liver out of their body. And that's why it doesn't work anymore. But my favorite thing was just like that this fucking company was just like making these idiot Instagram aesthetic posts instead of alerting their customers to the serious health risk their products posed.
Then they didn't release why it was so poisonous.
No, they're doing like the FDA is actually investigating now. It was probably like they're thinking it was some like toxin or mold that made it into it.
That's the problem with like vegan meat replacements and stuff. It's like we just figured out how to eat regular meat without fucking killing ourselves. And now society basically has to relearn everything with vegan meat.
Yeah. Like, yeah. And people have this tendency to be like, oh, plants are like not harmful. Like you can just eat them raw. And that's not true at all. Like, I think, what is it? Brussels sprouts or asparagus or something is like a major carrier of botulism. And
oh, really?
Oh yeah, like I think like something like 90% of the foodborne illness outbreaks in the United States in the past like decade have been related to vegetables rather than meat.
Oh, crazy.
I think part of that is because meat has like much more heightened security around it because people know that it can make you sick. Whereas vegetables, vegetable, E. coli, maybe? E. coli vegetables.
Can you hear that?
What? Yeah, what is it?
My fire alarm's going off.
Oh.
In the building.
Should you evacuate?
I don't know. Can you hear it over my mic though?
No, it's pretty quiet for a fire alarm. Is it loud for you?
No, it's in the hallway. It's not the one in my apartment.
That seems like a safety risk. Like, would you sleep through something like that?
No.
You wouldn't sleep through that? That sounds very quiet. What if you were asleep in your computer chair right now with your headset on? You'd sleep
I could definitely hear it.
Yeah. I can barely hear it. Your mic's doing a great job of filtering. Do you want to leave?
I don't want to go outside and just stand awkwardly with people.
Yeah,
I'm just bringing it up because I wanted to know if you could hear it over the mic and if people are going to go nuts listening to this.
No, it sounds okay to me.
Well, I mean, if you can hear it, people are going to be like, what the fuck is that noise?
I mean, now that you've pointed it out, I can definitely hear it.
Oh, you didn't notice it before? Is it just because I brought it up?
Yeah, basically, that was it.
Do you want to stop and then restart, or do you want to just fucking go?
Let's fucking go, bro. Yeah, unless you want to evacuate and not die. Do you want to look out the window and see if you can see smoke or flames?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Hold on a sec. Dude, I've already had to get off the mic like twice this podcast. Don't make fun of how pink I am again.
Fucking all-time banger. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that. Hope he doesn't get any pinker going to that window, guys. Am I right? Anyways, don't be vegan. Matt McLaren, who I see, longtime friend of the pod, former guest, was a vegetarian for a long ass time, and just spent his entire life sick as a dog because he was eating diseased vegetables all the time. So, it's a cautionary tale. What fucking window is he going to? Anyway, that was that whole news story. I should really just host this podcast on my own. I think it'd be 1,000 times more entertaining. Next up, this is a topic that was near and dear to Dale and I's heart. There was the announcement that are you going to die?
No, the fire truck's on its way. I can hear it. So they'll come put me out if I am.
Perfect.
Did you hear when I opened the door? Did it get louder?
No.
Oh.
Did you see a bunch of confused looking neighbors out there just kind of milling around? I remember fucking one time there was a fire alarm in the building we used to live in.
Yeah.
And Noah was with
building?
us.
Oh.
No, the one that we just moved out of. And Noah was with us and the fire alarm was ringing and he starts freaking out and he's like, we have to go downstairs. I'm like, Noah, these are never real fires. Like, we don't need to go. It's fine. And he starts like panicking and losing shit. I was like, fine, we'll go downstairs. So we walk down 12 flights of stairs and we get down and we look up and we see flames shooting out of the side of the building. And we were like, oh fuck. Good thing we had a very risk averse child with us who made us leave the building, because otherwise we wouldn't have done that. And there was there was a huge fire in one of the suites and something like eight other suites got like water damage because the sprinklers went off, and it was fucking crazy.
Can you hear that?
That I can definitely hear.
The fucking fire truck, dude. Shit's going down. We're right in the middle of it.
What a fun night to podcast.
Yeah,
this
dude.
Is great. I segued to the museum thing before.
It's not distracting at all.
Yeah.
Considering
I'll
week
just carry
ago,
this episode. It's fine.
I got distracted when Andrea was in the kitchen, and now it's like
a full ass fucking fire going on.
I'll just mute myself and then give facial expressions while you read about this. Oh, I'm glad you're bringing up this museum though, because I am actually pretty upset.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what? Because they have to close down the old museum because it's an old piece of shit.
Yeah.
And the first controversy was that there's going to be a couple year gap before we got the new fancy museum. And then Horgan, the dumb piece of shit he is, he's like, oh, people don't want to pay money for a museum, so we're not going to have one. It's like, BC's a nanny state for a reason, because you can't trust the population to make a good decision.
Here's the thing that pisses me off about this is like, they were like, oh, we're going to stop on this because there was so much outcry over it, and we're going to do a public consultation. And like every time they do a fucking public consultation for like building homeless shelters, they do public consultation for building parks, they do public consultation. Here's why public consultations are bullshit, because you're consulting a bunch of people who only fucking care about what's best for them. They don't care about what's best for the community or the city or the province or everyone else. So it's like, oh, let's go consult the most selfish, whiny, entitled people on earth and get their opinion about what we should do. And what their opinion will be it'll be do something that benefits me instead of spending that money on a museum. Yeah. And we do public consultations every 4 years. They're called fucking elections. We elect people to make decisions so that every decision doesn't have to get tied up in a fucking public consultation. Just let the elected people build a new museum. Like, and just once, I would love to see a politician grab their balls and say, the public doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, so we're going to build this museum. And you know what? You'll fucking like it. And if you don't like it, don't fucking come. That's it. End of story.
That was our last premier. How am I forgotten her name already?
Christy Clark?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a villain, apparently, because
she was like, you guys are all fucking idiots. I'm going to make this decision. And we're all like, good. Take another picture of yourself before you run, because that's all Dale cares about, is if our premier is hot or not.
Wait, we've had this talk before, haven't we?
Yeah,
I'm always shocked to find out that you thought Christy Clark was hot.
Well, I mean,
like hot for a head of state, maybe?
Like 8 years ago, she was what? Okay, here, let me look up her age 50? Quick. How do you spell Christy Clark?
Exactly the way it sounds. Just think of the most generic white spelling of Christy and Clark, and that's where you end up.
Oh, yeah, but is it CH or is it KR? Yeah. Okay, I spelled it wrong.
CH.
Okay.
KRIS.
Oh, it stopped.
Oh,
we're good. I didn't die.
Oh, we did it. Hey, congratulations on surviving the raging inferno at your
okay, so she's 14 years older than me.
Okay.
She was born in 65.
Okay.
That makes her 56 right now. So 8. Okay. When did she leave? Like 8-ish years ago?
Yes.
She would have been 57. Damn, she looked good for 57. Or no, she would have been 47. So the last pictures I've seen of her,
she did not look
good. She was 5 years older than me. Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Christy Clark, if you're out there, listen to this dude. If Christy Clark listened to this podcast this one time and then got offended because I said she was hot and then didn't listen,
would she get offended by that?
No. She would outwardly be offended, but at the same time, she'd be like, oh.
No.
That picture I took of myself pre-run stretching worked as per intended.
Anyways, public consultations are bullshit, and politicians who insist on pandering to the public with them are bullshit.
Oh, right. I was in the middle of doing. Okay, I'm going to figure out how much this museum would have cost each of us. Okay, it was 789 million, right?
Okay. There's like what, 8 million people in BC?
7 million, I think. Divided by.
Oh, there's only 5 million people in British Columbia.
We would have each.
Jesus.
Every person in the population of BC will end up having to pay. Okay, what number will make you outraged that you don't want a new museum?
None. Because, here's the thing. We're spending that money either way.
Okay.
At least this way, it's going to something I can enjoy.
Just humor me, Derek.
Wow.
If I say
$50,000.
Okay, guess how much each of us would have to pay? $151.
Yeah,
I will send a $151 check to not to Horgan because he'd spend it himself. I will send it in just to get me a museum.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrea's calling. Should we?
Oh, is she actually outside?
Yeah, she's out. I'm gonna answer it. Hold on.
Oh, she was commenting on the Facebook.
On the what?
She was commenting on the Facebook, and I did a laughing emoji. She's like, "There's a fire and everyone's outside."
Andrea,
what the fudge are you doing in the apartment still?
I'm still podcasting.
Yes,
You're on the podcast. No,
Andrea, you're on air.
You're on air.
Hear me.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Is there actually a fire?
There's a fucking fire truck here, and everybody's outside.
Yeah, but is there actually a fire?
Apparently, people are looking up.
The alarm's off. It's fine.
It's not on this side of the building.
I don't know. We're all still out here, so I guess Dale dies.
Well, they turned it was worth it. He died doing
Andrew,
what he
you're
loved.
on the podcast.
He died doing what he loved.
That's the
Podcasting.
thing I've ever heard. I'm so mad at you.
Oh man, this is legitimately the maddest phone call I've ever had, and you're on the podcast. Babe,
the fire truck's leaving. You're probably okay.
the fire alarm's off. They don't turn it off if I'm still gonna die.
What?
The fire alarm went off, so I was like, "Wow, it's safe."
Yeah.
It was only on for 20 minutes.
I'm looking at the fire truck drive away, so you're lucky.
Okay.
Dale, make sure she knows that I repeatedly asked you if you wanted to leave.
Fire truck here, and everybody's outside, and I was like, "If Dale's fucking podcasting still." That's literally what I thought, and there you are.
Babe, I care about our audience. Both Keenan and Matt are watching this.
Yeah, we couldn't just leave Keenan and Matt behind.
And just think.
I hope they enjoy.
Just think of how rad this podcast would be if I was just started burning to death halfway through and I caught it on film to put in a museum that we're not going to get anymore.
You want us to play that at the eulogy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be like, my ex-boyfriend is an idiot and he died because of it.
You know what we should do first at the eulogy?
It would make me feel a lot less sad about your death.
We should make people listen to all 211 episodes of Outrage Factory.
Derek has a good idea. He's saying we should at the eulogy we should play all 211 episodes of Outrage Factory back to back. Okay.
Hey Andrea, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Derek said thanks for joining. Derek wanted you to know that he was constantly worried about my safety.
I asked him to leave multiple times.
Asked if we should leave because he didn't want my beautiful pink skin to get pinker from the fire.
Not possible.
Yeah, he's really looking out for you that day.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad he was on it. Yeah.
Okay, but I wanted to die on this hill. I wanted to be a podcast martyr.
I'm sure that would get you views.
Yeah, like 2. It would double our viewership. We'd have 4 people watching.
Dude, a dude dying live on air, that would get 1,000.
All right. You're like, continue on then.
Okay, bye, babe. Thanks. Thanks for being worried about me.
Talk about this later.
Okay, I love you.
Yeah. Okay, I love you too. Bye.
Well, yeah, I feel bad for laughing at her in the Facebook comments because I thought she was like in there with you. And she's like, seriously, there's a fire truck here. Where is everyone?
I'm dying from laughter, not even from the fire.
Man, that was great. We should get Andrea to call in at least once an episode and be like, here's what dumb shit Dale got up to. He didn't leave when there was a fire. Woo.
Oh man, you know what is okay? Back to talking about going downstairs with a fire.
Yeah,
that is the world's worst small talk.
Yeah,
because it's all the questions are nobody has the answer. Like, what's going on? Everyone's like, I don't know. Do you know what's going on? No, I don't know.
No.
And then someone else will walk up to you, and be like, do you guys know what's going on? And you're like, I don't fucking know.
And even if you do know, you're not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm the fucking idiot who started a fire in his apartment. I threw a bucket of water into a vat of burning oil. Didn't know you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
The fire
Did you know
is
you're not
fault.
supposed to pour water on a grease fire? Because I know now.
Yeah.
And that's my apartment on fire.
fuck. Okay. What
This
else?
is the magic you get from a live podcast. I think
What
we were
else?
talking about how hot Christy Clark was.
No, we weren't.
Did we settle that?
Agree to disagree, I think, is
Okay.
our
Yeah.
where we're gonna leave that one.
The worst part is I can't even be like she was hot before, but now she's not because she got old, because that would make me a jerk.
Yeah, well, she also looks exactly the same. I'm looking. Trying to find
Andrea's
a
gonna
reason.
listen back to this and she's gonna be mad at me for two things. She's gonna be like, you almost died in a fire and you wouldn't
And-
stop talking about how hot Christy Clark was and what the fuck.
Yeah. And then you went back to how hot Christy Clark is repeatedly.
It's the most
Yeah,
important thing.
I don't see it, man. I don't.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna find the one picture because I didn't see it. And then I saw this one picture that everybody was talking about. There it is. I'm gonna.
Put it in the old Facebook comments.
Mhm.
Is it the one where she's getting ready to run?
Yeah, and she's stretching.
Yeah. And
Just
they're-
gonna stretch out.
I mean, okay, it's like, oh, world leader with breasts. Automatically
Yeah.
hot, I guess.
Well, you don't like breasts, Derek?
Not even a world leader. I'm not going to objectify a
Shut
female
up, Derek.
politician like that. Dan. How dare
Good,
you?
because
How dare you?
wait, where's the? Oh my god, I remember I couldn't figure this out before.
How dare you? This is
How
the
do-
worst podcast. Apologies to our listeners. This
Whatever. This
this
is either
episode
your
sucks.
favorite or your least favorite podcast.
I think Andrea calling in redeemed it for sure. But it's gonna be
yeah,
all
it's
downhill from
swearing
there.
at me for being an idiot and not leaving during a fire drill or fire thing. Majigger, how do you post a picture in the comments? Why does this happen to me every time? Why is there no like, here's a picture?
Do you want to move on? You want to move
Yeah,
on
let's
to another
move on.
topic? Let's move on.
Here, I'll
What's up?
post a link to it.
What else did you find? What do we
So,
got here?
if
Super
you do-
gonorrhea? Texas?
We have so. Are we
Ezra
done
Miller?
talking about the museum?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, let's look. Oh, do you want to talk about super gonorrhea?
Fuck the public. Do I ever?
I didn't really research it. I just saw that super gonorrhea exists, and I was like, "That's the most scary thing ever."
Okay. Well, like, man gets extreme super gonorrhea after unprotected sex with prostitute. Could be the least surprising headline I've read this year.
In Austria,
Why are you having unprotected sex with a
in
prostitute?
Austria.
Why are you having unprotected sex?
Oh wait, he was not. He didn't have. Okay, he's an Austrian man. It's unconfirmed if this unprotected sex took place in Austria.
But
Oh, Cambodia? You're gonna have
Regardless.
unprotected sex in Cambodia?
with a prostitute, why would you have unprotected sex with a person who has sex with multiple partners a day for money? That's the money
In
part doesn't factor into
Cambodia?
it. It's more, why would you have unprotected sex with someone who has sex with multiple partners a day, full stop? Doesn't matter
Yeah.
if they can pay for it or not.
Derek,
That,
you're not
like-
willing to say it because you care about what people think about you, but having unprotected sex with a prostitute in Cambodia is one of the worst countries to have unprotected sex
I'm not going to say that.
with a prostitute.
I think, Dale, I'm actually going to challenge you a bit on that. I think any country is a bad country to have unprotected sex with a prostitute. If you
Yeah,
think about
well-
it. Like, there's not a good one.
okay,
not a
they're
place where
all
you're like, you know,
bad,
Yeah.
but it can be worse. Okay, here, let's put it this way. If you have unprotected sex in what Donald Trump, quote unquote, calls a shithole country, it's probably a bad idea.
Oh, this is crazy. So
Cambodia?
gonorrhea has been developing antibiotic resistance since the 1930s. So in 1930s, they started
Damn.
prescribing antibiotics for gonorrhea.
Dude, imagine getting gonorrhea in 1930.
Oh,
You don't even have Google to look up what the fuck you have.
Yeah, but you could have just like blamed it on evil spirits or whatever, and
That's
it would have been fine, right? Like it doesn't. You're like, oh, the spirits are in my penis again.
Wait, gonorrhea is the one they call the clap, right?
Yes.
Because they used to clap the sides of your penis to get all the green ooze out of it.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Is it? Have I told you the story? I feel like we've talked about gonorrhea on this podcast before.
Okay, wait. Like, I'm looking up dictionary.com. Dictionary.com has slang now. That's dope. The clap is very old slang term for sexually transmitted disease. It is said to come from the 13th century French clapore or clapier in modern French, meaning rabbit hutch, and rabbits, well, screw like rabbits. That's a tad bit less interesting than my explanation.
This actually isn't that scary if you read the whole article.
Oh, so it's called the clap because clapore, rabbit hutch, is what they used to call brothels in France. And they're like, see, in 1343, they called an STD or STI, like we used like to say now, they called that the clap because you most likely got it from prostitutes in a brothel. 680 years later, this Austrian guy doesn't think to not have unprotected sex with a prostitute, which actually gave gonorrhea its slang term name.
You know, nature is healing. It's
you know
the circle of life.
This guy deserves super gonorrhea for being so dumb.
I mean, I wouldn't say that anyone deserves super gonorrhea, but
anybody but me and you and people I actually like, and not strangers I'll never meet on the internet.
Fair.
Derek, if I can't wish ill will on strangers on the internet, who am I supposed to wish ill will on?
Okay, but some like Cambodian sex tourist, like, does he deserve bad things to happen to him?
Yes, if he's having unprotected sex with a Cambodian
sex tourist
prostitute
with zero comprehension of the risks that come along with being a Cambodian sex tourist, does he deserve bad things? Who's to say?
As soon as you become a sex tourist, you deserve nothing but ill will happen upon you because you are going to other countries to exploit the people and have sex with them.
Question.
Yes.
If you go to another country just to visit, but then
have unprotected sex with a prostitute, you're still technically a sex tourist.
You just happen to have sex with a prostitute while you're there. One thing leads to another. Does that make you a sex tourist?
Did you know she was a prostitute?
Yes.
Then you're a sex tourist.
I personally did not. I want to be clear. But in this hypothetical situation, yes, I knew.
Okay, Derek, I have one rule of thumb, and this will save you forever.
Okay.
Just like offensive jokes that you tell, when you are a sex tourist, you got to punch up and not down.
All right.
So be a sex tourist in like Italy or England or a country that's better than the one you come from, not one that's worse.
This is probably going to not turn out well. Sex tourism in Italy. Damn. I mean, what the fuck?
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Italy has the highest number of international sex tourists in the world.
Oh, shit.
But it's because that's like sex tourists live in Italy and then go other places. Yeah, it's not.
So wait, does the Vatican count as Italy?
They're probably rolling it in
the stats by being like all those priests who fuck kids.
So they said
counting as sex tourists. So now Italy counts.
There's 80,000 sex tourists in Italy. And 70,000 of those are probably from Vatican City, and the other 10,000 are Italian. So
it's so dark. I'm only laughing because it's dark.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
So, but I read the article and they were like, "Oh, this guy got gonorrhea. He took the normal antibiotics, and then his symptoms cleared up, but a PCR test showed that there was still gonorrhea in his blood. And then they prescribed him different antibiotics, and those like cleared it up completely. So
Oh, so it's gone.
so it's gone. Yeah, the moral of the story is just use different fucking antibiotics.
Yeah.
Thanks, modern medicine. Like, oh no, we're
Dude,
developing resistance.
Speaking of nutritional yeast and eating it and getting yeast infections, this guy's definitely going to get thrush, because after you take antibiotics, it kills all the good bacteria in your gut biome that kills the yeast in your body, and you're highly susceptible to yeast infections. But they call them thrush in males.
This guy just did 3 courses of different antibiotics. So he's
also, constipation comes from taking too much antibiotics.
the worst I took, because I'm allergic to penicillin, so I could never take penicillin. And I used to get strep throat like 4 times a year because I just like drank and smoked.
Blasted giant dubs.
And yeah, like shared dubs with people. And so I would always get strep throat. And this one time they gave me, it was like, I can't fucking remember what it was called, erythromycin maybe. And it was just like atomic bomb. Like it fucked up my stomach for like 3 months.
Oh,
taking
wow.
these antibiotics, because it was just like scorched earth. Like I think they wanted to like permanently kill strep throat in my body. And it was
they were
just
like, I think this guy's a sex tours. Let's give him the fucking
let's give him the
big
super
stuff.
This guy definitely has gonorrhea in his throat, which apparently is, according to this article, it's a common place to get it.
Jesus
Urethra?
Christ.
Urethra,
This is
cervix, rectum, or throat.
You know what? I'm just going to say, I would rather burn to death live on a podcast than get gonorrhea in my throat. Not even super gonorrhea, just regular gonorrhea. That sounds like the most terrible thing that has ever happened.
It doesn't sound great.
No, it sounds
it's also
worst.
the most or second most common sexually transmitted infection in the United States, with 677,000 cases reported to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in 2020. So I'm just going to say, never mind prostitutes in Cambodia. If you're having unprotected sex with anyone,
you know what?
You could probably get gonorrhea.
You just don't have unprotected sex anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody, sex in a baggie from now on. We're going to get rid of. We did the lockdown for COVID. We're doing the sex lockdown where everybody fucks with a condom for 2 years till we wipe out STDs off the planet, or STIs.
Did you see the CDC issued guidance for having sex with monkey, or to avoid monkeypox? And it was basically like, just sit at opposite ends of the room and jack off.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dale and I have been having monkeypox sex for years.
I like how they're like, you can cuddle, but wear long sleeves. And it's like, oh, so we're never nude Mormons now.
Yeah.
The one
never nude Mormons who just jerk off on opposite ends of the room.
I like how the CDC is basically just like, oh, were you having a good day? How about some fear porn about porn?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
monkeypox, CDC, sex, fucking.
Did you see what happened to the popular movie Lightyear that is actually not popular?
Okay, like
because 2 women kiss. I heard this and I was pretty fucking pumped, because pixel women always have fat dumpers, and I was like, are we finally gonna get some fucking mom-bodied woman-on-woman action? Are we gonna see scissoring in space in Lightyear? Because that's how upset people were. They're like, this ruined my kid's life. We gotta not go this movie. And then you like look into it and it's just like 2 female characters kissed.
They like, it's not even they pack, don't they? It's just like a smooch goodbye or something.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I definitely want to see it because this movie looks dope as fuck.
Yeah. Noah went and saw it with his class on whatever, Tuesday, I guess.
Did it ruin his sexual orientation?
Yeah.
Seeing 2 Pixar women kiss?
Yeah. He came back ranting about like fucking like drag queen library fucking reading sessions, and and how he was wondering what his pronouns were, and wanting to take hormone therapy and compete in swim meets against against biological women.
Oh, that's a good segue because he can still do that if he takes those hormones before he's 12.
Yeah, that seems fair to me.
Because the FINA, I don't know what it stands for, FINA, the international body that's in charge of swimming, has said transgender women are no longer allowed to swim unless they've been transgender since they were 12.
No longer allowed to swim at all, or no longer allowed
compete
to
against
women?
Women or other transgender women who converted before they're 12. And like there's a pretty substantial, like they have the ruling and you can look it up, and I could post a link, but it's like I think it's like 30 pages or something, but they bring into shit like, and once you're 12, like they did it at 12 because that's when you start puberty, and they said that it like males have increased lung capacity, and they just draw like on this litany of like physical differences between men and women. And it's like, I don't know, like we both basically said we don't give a fuck before because it's swimming and it's not that big of a sport.
Yeah.
But it's nice that someone finally put it all together instead of just having like their culture war over it and like freaking out about it. They just like went at it scientifically, and they're like, these are the scientific reasons we're doing this.
Oh, they also permits swimmers who transition before age 12, which like I've got opinions on that. I'm not going to share on the podcast. I don't necessarily know that people should be transitioning before age 12. Like I think that pretty much eliminates the majority of people.
Mm-hmm.
But it also said that they'd be open to, or the organization also proposed an open competition category. So
yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care about swimming, but I feel like this is going to be the precedent for other sports to look into as well, and to cite as like what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, so Pierce confirmed there are currently no transgender women competing in elite levels of swimming. So like, I don't know who this.
It was that I think what happened was that Leah woman was saying she was going to go try out for the Olympics. And then I think they're just like, what? Like, they're like, okay, we let it go when it was like an NCAA thing, but now that you want to go to the Olympics, we're going to like do something about it. I don't know if that's why they did it, but yeah.
I don't think she could have, like, she wasn't that good, was she?
I don't know. I think she won a bunch of, didn't she set records?
No, she made history in March as the first transgender woman to win an NCAA swimming championship. Oh, so she did win a championship.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like she didn't.
Well, she didn't. Yeah, she didn't set like the NCAA record or anything.
No.
Yeah. So anyways, it's like, I don't know. It's like agree or disagree with the situation. I'm just glad that they went about it scientifically instead of like what has been happening up to this point, where it's like people were just like screaming their feelings about it without any like data.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Well, because like nobody, like they're effectively saying that transgender people can't compete because nobody's transitioning before the age of 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of a dumb loophole thingy.
But it's also like, yeah, like would they be as upset going the other way? Like if
transgender men, no, they wouldn't.
If it was a woman transitioning to a man who wanted to compete,
I like think you might run into problems because you're taking testosterone and stuff, and I don't know if that would.
Oh, that might be like a ban
for the drug tests and stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Wow, that stalled this podcast worse than me. Fucking.
So yeah, like so the Disney movie like flopped or whatever, but that's another stupid fucking culture war thing. Like I don't know if everyone's like, oh, it's because Disney had women kissing. And like that did have an effect on it, in that like a lot of Muslim majority countries just banned the movie from screening entirely, which probably like hit the number of screens it was showing on. But like I don't think right wing, it's amazing to me how much right wing people hate like fundamentalist Muslim people.
Yeah.
And yet how much they share in common
Yeah.
with each other.
Like they have everything in common. They just
well, you
don't...
look at the crazy outcry over like all the like, it's weird. I don't even know what's happened over the past month, but it's like all this like or maybe just because it's Pride Month or something, but it's like all this shit, like people losing their fucking minds over a like drag queen, people taking kids to see drag queens. Or
that's been going for a couple months. Like you said it before, like the drag queen story hour. That's been like an alt-right like mic drop point for like 6 months or so.
Yeah, or like even like any like all these like don't say gay bills that are passing now. I saw a thing where it was like a library just being like, hey, we're having like an LGBTQ like inclusive story time for children, where it was just going to be a person reading like children's books that are like, you know, accepting of LGBTQ people. And like that got shut down, and then we had like a bunch of Proud Boys like storming Pride events, and like the right is really coming out swinging against the LGBTQ community, which is something that they kind of like maintain this facade of acceptance for a while. Like I feel like there were some even some openly gay conservatives and Republicans. And now that's kind of been like gone out the window, and now they're just openly being like, we fucking hate you and we think you're all child groomers, which is also
it's getting like pretty,
it's getting nasty. So but I don't even know where that came from. It was like
honestly I think it's just like the pendulum swinging back, where it's like the whole abortion thing in the States, where they're just like making it illegal everywhere because of like they're still upset about BLM like a couple of years ago or whatever. And I think it's just like because like since 2015 we've been getting more and more progressively like safe space and woke and stuff, and then the right was just like waiting for their chance, and now they're just like this angry mob with pitchforks, where they seen one thing happen and now they're all kind of trying to storm the gates. Like they saw like abortion get pretty much illegal in Texas, and they're like, all right, now's our chance. And they all just start fucking like, they're like, oh, we're not going to let them drag queens read stories to our kids and all this stuff. And they're just like trying to lash back against everything.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like and it's a perfectly understandable byproduct of the fucking culture war the United States has been enduring for the past 20 years. But it's like you just have two authoritarian sides warring on each other. One wants like complete like safe spaces and wokeness and like mandated acceptance for everyone and everything, and no one to ever be offended ever. And then on the other side, you want people who literally want to make homosexuality or alternative lifestyles or abortions or basically free thought or free expression to be completely illegal and punishable by death. Even then, like you're saying,
they were saying this, we need free speech and stuff, and they're like, unless I don't like it.
Yeah, that's exactly, and that's why like free speech, like there's no free speech absolutists in the United States. It's free speech as long as I agree with what you're saying, and as soon as you say something I don't agree with or I don't think is right, I'll take it away. Like I don't give a shit. So it's so I basically just think it's going to be like honestly, how many years away from like a full-on fucking like civil war are we right now?
Well, I think we're very far away from that, because anybody who would actually be conducting the war, I don't think they actually care. Like it's all the like wieners who wouldn't be able to fight that are just vocal about this on both sides. Like, I don't really see anybody on the right who's like the Proud Boys aren't going to be fighting in the Civil War. They're just like grandstanding and stuff.
Well, no, they.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I mean, like, you never see Proud Boys show up somewhere where there's a chance that there would actually be confrontation with people who could kick their ass. It's they'll show up places where they can fucking, pick on people weaker than them. It was like, did you see there was like a U-Haul truck full of fucking Patriot Front members or something dressed up in like military cosplay that basically got busted on their way to a pride rally in fucking Idaho of all places. And they got fucking pulled over and they were all like zip tied on the side of the road. But you're just like, those are the kind of, like, those guys are probably like aching for a fucking battle to take it to some leftists.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd be very good at it.
No, these guys,
like, I think these are like the LARPer version of Civil War.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that killed the whole fucking vibe.
Yeah, I was good.
Can we get Andrea to call in?
Yeah, I just swear at me and how dumb I am. There's a couple. We're at an hour, but there's a couple things I want to cover.
Cover them quick.
This Lizzo thing.
Okay,
you were big on Lizzo when she first came out.
I love Lizzo. Lizzo's basically like fucking, what's her name? Not Mary J. Blige. Fucking, oh my god.
Cool. I'm not the one who forgot my words. I'm digging this. This is awesome.
Oh, Missy Elliott. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
She's basically the new Missy Elliott, right? Like, which
I'd
is awesome.
Missy Elliott. I haven't really listened to too much Lizzo, so I can't really say, but I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling that Missy Elliott's a better rapper.
All right, did we talk about this somewhere?
Me and you mentioned it in the car when we saw each other at
the thing we went to. Yeah.
What did we do? What was that?
Is this?
We went to Hats Off Days in
Burnaby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We were talking about it because we're going to bring it up on the podcast, because what happened was Lizzo dropped a new beat or song and it had the word spaz in it. And in England, the word spaz is short for spastic, which is a derogatory term they use for physical handicap people, specifically spastic. I can't remember what it's called.
I got the article open. Spastic.
Starts with a C,
originated as a term.
Yeah, spastic. What chlorogenidin? Did you just cut out? Am I still going? Okay. Derek, are you still there? Derek?
Yeah, sorry. My internet shut the bed there for a second.
Is it because you're looking at a Google Doc and potting at the same time? Oh, my internet connection is unstable.
Oh, nice.
What the fudge? It's me?
Yeah, fuck you, idiot. That fire burned through your internet wires.
They're like, nobody's going to be on the internet right now. We just had a fire, so let's fucking cut this. So, yeah, you cut out right when you were reading what that word was called. So it was
spastic diplegia.
Dysplasia? Where am I looking?
It's in there.
Yeah. So anyways, this is like a big old problem, because in North America, when we say spaz, we mean somebody who gets angry and loses their temper. But in
someone who's got like nervous energy, or
like a klutz.
Yeah.
Like a fidgety, but in the UK, it's a derogatory term for physically handicapped people. So Lizzo dropped this song and it has the word spaz in it with a Z. That's how you tell the difference, because in the UK it's an S, because they say, "What are you, a spastic?" That's an example of what they would say. Actually, they'd say, "Are you a spastic?" like that. Whereas
Nice.
we'd be like, don't be a spaz. That's the two different things. So she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. And she changed it, which I'm glad she did, because
Kudos.
if you're a famous person and you have the song and you can change the lyric to not hurt people's feelings and you don't, that makes you a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she didn't have the intention of hurting these people's feelings, but once she found out it did hurt their feelings, she changed it. So
she
that's
made the
good on
change.
her.
Can you believe it's only been 20 years since the Black Eyed Peas released
Let's get it started.
Let's Get It Started?
Yeah.
And like when that song came out, how long did it take them to change it?
I think it was like a year. I
Wasn't
feel
it?
like it was about it was a bit, because it was playing everywhere. And then it was like, guys, we can't. I think what happened was like mainstream during the middle of the day radio made them change it, whereas they had like the nightclub remix. Because I remember listening to that in bars with the hard R word instead of Get It Started.
Right.
Yeah. That is crazy though, how far we've come in 20 years.
Like, and like, yeah, I don't think that Black Eyed Peas ever walked it back and were like, oh, this is wrong of us to do. I think it was just that like radios were like, oh, we want to play this banger of a song.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, well, we want to make more money off the same song, so we'll release it so you keep playing it.
Yeah.
Dude, here's a nitpicky side note on this article.
Damn, that song won a Grammy award. They gave a Grammy award.
Was it did it win under Get It Started or Get R-worded? Get I mean, it's such a layup to say just Get It Started.
Yeah. I mean, like, why wouldn't you just default to that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know which one it won for. What are we talking about next?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I got hung up on this BBC article because they say the singer, rapper, and flautist.
She is. She's a big.
Lizzo.
She's like.
I didn't know that.
She's
and
big
there's a
into the
picture of her
flute.
playing the flute.
Yeah,
and I had no idea she played the flute.
She fucking rips on the flute.
Does she? Is she like fucking? Oh, what's that guy's name? Is she? Does she play a cover of Aqualung on one of her albums?
Oh, I bet she. Hold on.
That would be fucking dope. Who's the guy who did Aqualung? The guy who's the fucking flautist, the jazz flute.
Fuck, what's his name?
That he plays in fucking Anchorman.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Neil's probably dying listening to this because
Yeah.
he used to listen to him.
He absolutely is.
Okay, I'm just gonna Google Aqualung because I'm not gonna be able to get over this. Dude, my favorite part of our podcast is when people are screaming at us because they know and we should know. And
someone's doing it.
Fuck, it's
Someone's
like a fucking
right Aqualung. Jethro Tull.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, Matt.
I looked up Aqualung and I just came up with scuba diving equipment. And I was like, well, this is gonna take us extra minute to find out.
Yeah, an aqua lung. It helps you breathe under the water.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna watch that video right now in the middle of the podcast.
No, don't do that.
I'm joking.
No, don't.
I'm not.
Don't do that.
I'm not.
All right. What else?
Do we
Anything
want
else?
to talk about the Klondike papers? Klondike
the
papers?
which? The what?
Dude, have you looked into this? This is like the left's QAnon. So there's this like, dude, it is fucking bonkers. It's all fake. But there's one like lawyer guy who was like, fuck, I can't remember what it was now. So he was like it showed up on my TikTok feed once. And it's like, this guy's like, have you heard about the Klondike papers? I was like, is this more stupid bullshit about how rich people are hiding money? But it's like some private investigator was saying that the conservatives in Canada were trying to have like Trudeau killed, and they were like behind all this wacky-do stuff, and that they had links to Russia and stuff. and he dropped this thing called the Klondike papers, but it's like a huge document, and reporters and stuff are going through it and seeing if it's true or false, and it seems like it's mostly false. Like that article I linked, it just says it's all false.
Well, I'm scrolling through it right now, and there's so fucking much here.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot. It's a lot. It's like a tip of the iceberg. And if you're a conspiracy guy like me, and you get a brand
Did you
new...
read this entire article?
Yeah, I did.
Holy shit, bro. That's like, you talk
book.
about how much you hate writing. This is a full ass book. This
Dude,
is an entire novel.
The only thing I can handle reading is conspiracy stuff. But it's like, it's just like gifted a whole new QAnon level conspiracy out of nowhere. It's like Christmas in June. It's amazing. I say read it, believe everything in it, because it's a lot more fun that way. And then just draw a little, get like red yarn and put like, maybe this is why Jason Kenney quit. Maybe all this stuff. Do all that.
Never
just
heard of the Plymouth Brethren Christian
Oh,
Church?
dude, that's another thing. There's like this secret society in Canada called the Plymouth Brethren, but they've only been around since 2002. And then the guy in the article is like, that's not a thing. They're just some conservative church guys.
Church, yeah, some evangelical church. They don't look like a secret society at all.
Yeah, so it was like supposedly they were funding like secret black ops with the Canadian conservatives and stuff. And that's the other good thing about this. It's like the Canadian version of a conspiracy. So it's like little and quaint.
It's like we're important too, guys.
Yeah, we can have conspiracies.
We have conspiracies. There's political shadiness in our country. No, there's not.
But no, Canada conspiracy is just like the conservatives are evil, and you're like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah, like fuck, fine.
But
whatever.
Apparently, Horgan's just going to cut funding for the fucking museum, and that is like the most conservative thing I've ever heard. Is publicly funded projects just keeping the money.
The arts need to go. You know what we should do? We should use that money to bail out fucking forestry or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So it's like this is a $789 million project. The Massey Tunnel, he also kiboshed when he first got in, was like 400 million. So he's just like all this billions of dollars. Fuck it, we're just gonna not do anything. And then is BC better because we just had this $1 billion surplus? No, because he just put it somewhere else in his terrible suit. Oh, what do you think about his terrible suits?
What, Horgan's? I can't even remember I can't remember the last time I physically saw.
Yeah, there was a picture of him. I remember when he won the first time, when he pulled the loophole with the Green Party and they kicked out Christy Clark, even though she won fair and square. And they're like, we're going to join parties. And he had a suit that looked like one of the ones I bought from a thrift store.
Nice.
It was just all boxy and big. And it just looked like he was a person who didn't expect to win anything ever, but like technically had a suit on. Yeah. Are you deep in the Klondike Papers rabbit hole?
No, I started I went to search it on Twitter, and then I just started researching crypto instead, because I'm fully checking out of this.
Dude, here's your research on crypto. It's still shit.
It's getting shit kicked. Well, no, but there was like a few really notable crypto collapses over the past week, and I'm like, just like the amount of money people invest, and they weren't coins. These were like, one was a venture fund that specifically took other people's money and invested it in crypto. That was given
really?
$350 million to basically gamble with, and they lost it all. And then they're done. And then this other one was they positioned themselves as basically a decentralized bank. And if you deposited your crypto there, they paid out like exorbitantly high interest rates, like as high as
Mhm.
18%, because as long as crypto,
Wow.
because what they did is they took all that crypto that people invested with them,
Mhm.
and they basically used it as collateral to either buy additional crypto or to provide like personal loans to people.
Yeah.
And all that is fine as long as the price of crypto keeps going like this. But if it ever
Yeah.
crashes and you're over leveraged, you don't actually have the money to pay off all the shit you have borrowed, you're fucked. So yeah, I think, and the shitty thing about that one is that it really harmed, like, it was just like regular fucking idiots like you and me who wanted to make fast interest and maximize their crypto earnings, put their money on this thing, and they basically lost it all. Like, I don't think this business is going to be able to afford to pay them out. So it's just like, it's fantastic to me that like this entire like unregulated industry that has no oversight whatsoever, and people are just so fucking eager to like throw their life savings into it because they think that they will make more money. And if you are listening to this podcast and you are one of those people, don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have any interest in crypto, I'd say get in right now, because since November, like, as I do this thing where I have like 30 different coins, but I have $10 in each one. And some of them they're like, finally, some of them are going up. Like, which one did I just see? Unicoin is up 12% in 24 hours. So they're all kind, it seems like it's bottomed out and some of them are starting to go back up. But if you look at like since November, because I hold some that I've had since November, and 1 inch coin is down 85% since November. And same with like a bunch of them. And it's just nuts. So if you want to get into crypto, don't put a lot of money in it. I would say get some right now, because the other thing with crypto, like Derek was saying, it's unregulated and stuff. And the government is probably trying to collapse it in any way they can. So, because they want you to stick with fiat currencies, which I don't know why they call them fiat currencies, but that's just like the US dollar and the Canadian dollar and like the old currencies.
Actual money that has intrinsic value associated with it. My only investing advice, and this goes for anything, but double for crypto, is do not invest what you cannot afford to lose. If you're putting anything in crypto, it should be with the expectation that this is going to be gone tomorrow. Like, you're basically buying a lottery ticket and that's it. And if you buy a lottery ticket and your numbers hit, great. But more often than not, they don't. And you are left with nothing but a worthless piece of paper. And that is also true for crypto, minus the paper part. So like, honestly, do not, this is not going to be a get rich quick scheme. This is something that will probably take like years and years and years to reach a level of maturity where it's like making people a significant amount of money beyond especially where it is right now.
And if you invested in crypto last year, it's going to be a long time before you even break even again.
Yeah. I remember when I first bought, I bought Ethereum and Litecoin back in like 2017. And that was like was it 2017, 2016, 2015, whatever. It was like the peak of the hype at the time. Yeah. And it crashed immediately after I bought. And it took 4 years to get back to a point where it broke even. So it must have been 20. And then this year, I was actually looking at a profit for the first time had I sold. And I was like, oh, it's going to keep going up. And then it crashed again. And now it's going to take another 4 years to get.
Yeah. That's the problem is you're like, because like what I do is I do this thing where I buy $10 worth of a bunch of different coins. And then if they go up 10%, I'm like, oh, that's a good payback. And I'm only making $1, but I'm treating it like kind of gambling. So it's like, I'll be like, oh, it's up 10%. That's a good game back. And I'm like, but it could go up. And then it always goes back down. Always. Like whenever you have a stock and you're like, maybe I should sell this, but if I hold on, sell.
Yeah.
Because it never keeps going up.
No. And hopefully the markets lately have shown, like, my stocks are getting as shit kicked as my Bitcoin is,
yeah,
so I
dude,
really
like,
I can't say anything.
Yeah, just hold everything.
Hard times out there. Hard times.
Yeah.
Which is why I'd like to thank you all for listening today and advise you head on over to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/outragefactory, and donate us some money that we can throw into our crypto investment. And please do.
Don't lose your money in crypto. Just waste it by giving it to us.
Lose it on us.
Yeah. Also go pick up some swag for those hot summer days. Get this.
Damn, I didn't even know that was an Outrage Factory tank.
Fresh tank top. It's in the Redbubble store.
I'm gonna grab one of those.
Do it.
I gotta get these guns out.
Yeah, get them out.
Just don't guns out.
Just don't wiggle your arms to show your bingo wings. Just flex and hold.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. I've been your co-host Derek Bolin. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Herder.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at SuperDalebot, or you can follow the podcast Twitter at OutrageFactPod.
You can also follow Dale on TikTok at Dale
DeRuiter.
At Dale DeRuiter.
You can send us feedback, outragefactpod@gmail.com. I have not received a single fucking email in a year and a half.
Fuck.
If you're listening to this on the audio version on your favorite podcatcher, which is a term I just learned and I like.
It's a real term.
Go to YouTube to watch the video version, because seeing how pink my face is and how yellow Derek's face is endless enjoyment.
It is. I look jaundiced and Dale looks like a healthy newborn baby. So
yes. And that whole 10 minutes of me wrestling with my kombucha at the beginning of this podcast will make more sense if you watch the video.
Damn, the last email we got, and like these emails are all junk emails. Was from December 2021.
Oh, damn. What was it?
It was from Google, talking about Google's revised terms of service. So, hey, you know that feeling of excitement where you go to the mail and you find a unexpected package and you're just like, whoa, cool, mail. Email us at, wait, is it Outrage Factory or the Outrage Factory?
Wait, I think we have two emails.
Do we really?
I started a second one to get the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I have one that's the outragefactory@gmail.com.
Okay, the one I have is outragefactpod@gmail.com.
Oh, that one's so much better. Email us there.
Yeah.
Email us at that one.
That one I can actually look, because I could just switch over from my regular account. But that one, we haven't had an email since January 11th, and it's also from the community team.
Okay.
Oh, also, I used this Gmail to reset my Call of Duty password because I got hacked.
That's important.
So that I'm just telling you that to know that if you email Outrage Fact Pod, it will be there, because I can't get rid of it because now it's linked to my Call of Duty account.
Call of Duty. I had to do that with my sobriety podcast, only I used it to create a new Madden account after I got banned from Madden. So
why'd you get banned from Madden? How have we not talked about this?
Oh, I don't know. I got banned for buying coins. Like, I went to a coin exchange website and bought like Madden coins, like paid actual cash money to them to buy coins, and that violates the terms of service.
Oh, because you have to buy them from them in game.
EA. Yeah, but I was like, I'm not fucking paying
pirated coins?
So I went and bought pirated coins, and they immediately banned me.
How much were they? Was it way cheaper?
Oh yeah, I paid like $20 for 1 million coins, which is like
that's a lot
enormously cheap. Yeah, it's super cheap. Yeah, and EA doesn't like that very much, so they banned me, and then I had to go create a new account for.
Dude, how would you even use those?
To buy players.
I know what you would use them for if you could get into the game, but how? Because like EA's obviously going to catch it right away. Like, is there a way you could have done it without getting?
The way you do it, and I've done it actually a few times before, so I was like, "Oh, this is probably legal." Like, I honestly had no idea it was illegal, because all these like fucking Madden YouTubers I watch are promoting it all the time. I'm like,
oh yeah,
they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that to me. So I went and what you do is you go and you buy this amount of gold from like this website. I'm pretty sure it's done through China or whatever. And then you turn around and you sell players that you have in the auction house for like much higher amount of gold than they would ever go for. But you like knock it down. They're like, hey, knock it down like 20% above what you would like the maximum value so that EA's filters don't catch it. And so I did that, but I did it with like 20 different cards in order to get to 1 million coins.
Oh,
so I got caught by some filter and they banned me. Anyway, that's my tale. Fuck Electronic Arts forever. And if they didn't have a moratorium on or a monopoly on every sports game in existence, I would never purchase one of their shit ass products.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't play Madden, but I play NFL or NHL.
Yeah.
Who does the show? That's not EA, is it?
No, that's the show I fucking am in love with. Like it's so
is that
much fun
2K?
No, that one is San Diego Sports, I think. They're they're like a new SDS, they're called. And they are, I think this is their only title, maybe.
I thought for sure the show was put out by 2K Sports,
SDS,
like the same as the NBA, the hoops one or whatever.
SDS MLB the show. Who is this by? SDS. What do you make?
That's weird. I mean, I guess if you're gonna
San Diego studio,
you're gonna start a sports company or a sports game company, you might as well just have one title.
Well, they did such a fucking great job with it too, right? Like they've done it really well. What are their games? MLB the show. Yeah, all they have done in the past 7 years is MLB the show.
Oh, crazy.
And then they also did Little Big Planet karting back in 2012. Remember that? That was cute. Anyway, hey, if you like the podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you really like the podcast, tell your friends about us and share our episode on your fucking social media or whatever, talking about how great and handsome we are. And if you really, really like the podcast, we already said the give us money part, right?
Yeah, we did.
Buy some merch. Head on over to Redbubble. Get a Outrage Factory tee that will make you look swole as fuck the entire it's hot boy summer and
hot boy summer.
Let's go.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, just subscribe on your favorite podcatcher.
Yeah,
it's my new favorite word, podcatcher.
The podcatcher.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know. I listen to podcasts and they're always like and subscribe to us in your favorite podcatcher because it puts us higher in the algorithm. So do that, please.
I don't know if that's true, but do it anyways.
I want some algorithm love.
Yeah. The robots.
Please, have no love AI.
Because the only algorithm we've encountered was the one that banned us for spreading COVID misinformation. So.
Yeah, when I was like, COVID's over, don't wear a mask.
Until next week.
Stay angry.
Are we still going?